Hi everyone.
Hi.
You know what time it is.
What's up, hotties?
Yeah, thanks Paul for making the executive decision that our fan base is going to be known as the Hotties.
Unless you guys have something else.
But I like the Hotties.
I like the Hotties too.
This is going to be an interesting episode simply because we decided to kill two birds with one stone this week. Hannah is dyeing her hair. And I'm the hairdresser, so...
The first hair dye I've ever bought. Like, on my own money.
So adult of you.
Let's see. I don't have my glasses on. It's Overtone, and I'm
not sponsored.
Not sponsored, but...
Sponsor us, Overtone.
Well, depending. We don't know how it's going to turn out. And it's rose gold for brown hair.
Yeah, it'll be interesting. I'm looking forward to seeing how it turns out. So yeah, we're gonna be doing that. We're in my bathroom, my master bath. So just to give you, this would be the time to go live if we were gonna have a video, but we're just not up to it.
I was thinking about doing like a live, like one of our phones, just iPhone like right here.
Yeah.
And just doing an Instagram live.
Yeah. I don't know about all that. Maybe sometime we can do that.
I want to do Facebook live.
Maybe sometime we can do that. What do you think, guys? What do you think, hotties?
Should
we do that sometime? So yeah, we're gonna get started. So if you hear rustling, it is merely us getting prepared and doing our thing. But while we're doing that, we're gonna discuss hobbies that we have either had or have currently or want to do. So yeah, that is exciting. I have man hands like we've discussed before. The fact that these gloves were just... I'll get it.
The towel fell.
The gloves... Okay, so we've already kind of snickered about overtone in the packaging. They have gloves, like your standard latex or plastic, whatever gloves.
I think it's latex free.
Okay.
It said there.
There it does, yeah. Plant-based. Fancy pants. And they're folded up in a tiny little square and put in a foil. And if you've ever purchased condoms...
And well, it says...
That's exactly what it looks
says,
like.
scared of stains, wrap it up.
So...
Very funny.
Very funny. We're going to see how these plant-based... What the heck?
I think it's
gloves.
just one glove.
That is one glove. I just put the other one down. But you got to get...
Blind.
I
have my glasses off.
Hey, but they're 4 man hands. I didn't have to struggle to get that on.
They
Clearly the wrong size.
My glasses have been taken off for this episode, so she's dyed my hair.
Yes.
So I can't see what's going on.
But that's okay because this is radio podcasting. So basically what we're going to do is she's got a head full of hair. So we're gonna do half of it first.
And then if we run and then slowly work our way towards the top of my hair. So that way if we run out,
it's underneath.
It's underneath.
The top, and it'll just be interesting.
Yeah.
Anywho. So yeah, just as another little introductory.
Do we have anything to talk about from last week that was left unsaid?
I'm glad you didn't take that off. I tried to drop it. It went upside down. I've got the gloves on.
I could have opened it for you.
It's okay. I just think we feel better than we did last week, which is ironic because the full moon was actually on this past Monday this week. I had a really hard day yesterday, but I made it through.
Honestly, I've had a rough week, and then when I found out that the hair dye was coming this week, I felt better. It got me out of it.
Yeah. So, oh man.
It smells very minty.
It does smell minty, but it looks
like
organ meat. It
just
does.
Weird. Have you seen I don't think you know what the pink stuff is because you're not on TikTok.
Pink stuff.
It looks like gel. It kind of looks like a placenta.
Organ.
I don't know what a placenta looks like, but if I had to guess.
It's so it comes in a little jar, type situation. Mm-hmm. Literally, I'm just supposed to put this on your hair. Using gloves, apply evenly to hair.
It's like strands.
Oh, okay.
Like you would,
Okay, I'm probably going to have to get you to hold this then.
Okay.
and I'll just dip my man hands in.
It's like petroleum jelly.
It is. It's kind of the consistency of like pudding.
That's weird. Anyway, the video said saturate strands.
Saturate strands.
Yeah, so that's why.
There's no turning back. I've started saturating strands.
What do you want to start with?
So, I'm a crafty girl, so I've had so many hobbies over the years, and then some of them I think they're gonna stick. Like I'm like, oh, I'm gonna do this forever. I love it so much, and then I stop for whatever reason. Either
did we say we were gonna talk about hobbies?
Or maybe we didn't.
We're talking about hobbies this week.
We're talking about hobbies, just because it's something we could talk about and not have to think too hard.
And I think we are gonna try and implement like not a strict like.
We're gonna try not to give you a 2-hour episode like we did last time. We've just been slowly getting more and more and more chatty, and it's easy for us, but I know it's not. It's easy for our listeners to sit and do, a full listening. I know that most people don't sit and listen to podcasts for hours on end anyway. They listen to it in spurts and keep going about their business. And that's okay. I mean, clearly, this feels weird because it's not...
It's not...
It's not that it's not, like, being saturated, but I don't know what saturated means.
There's a video. I could...
Look, I mean... Can you see it?
Yeah.
I mean, it's wet.
It's like they compared it to like a hair mask.
Oh, okay.
So
then we're good.
Like saturate it like it would be with a hair mask.
I just gotta make sure I get it to the root because that's my problem. Mm-hmm. Anyway, so back to where I was before I had to stop and introduce what we were actually talking about. I've done so many things over the years. My current hobbies as cold. It is cold. My current hobbies are for things that I love to do that I would do every day if I was capable and had the time or whatever. I love photography. Mm-hmm. I got a really good camera back in like the early 2000s, so I'd love to upgrade it, but I just haven't taken the time to do it. It's still a good camera.
You got it when like Ian was a little kid, right?
Yeah. Like 1 or 2 years old.
Yeah, I was thinking like 2008, 2009.
Yeah. So it's just really, it's a Canon, and it's just really, really good. I still love the pictures I take with it. I just haven't like made a point to like continue. But when I do it, I'm like, okay, yeah, I forgot how much I love this, and I would love to, I like digital design, graphic design, which plays into that as well because I love to be able to manipulate my images. I used to do like old school Photoshop tricks like
what are some old school Photoshop tricks?
I'm trying to think do layers, like duplicate like you do on Procreate. So we both do digital paintings on Procreate. And you do layers, so you duplicate the layer with the picture on it, and then you turn that layer black and white, and then you like erase pieces of that layer so color from the bottom layer shows through. Mm-hmm. And I used to do that all the time. But now I can do it so much easier in Procreate. But yeah, so that's super fun.
I will say, just as a side note, with this hair dye, it doesn't like burn.
That's good.
Like hair dye usually like burns or just kind of stings a little bit. This one doesn't do that.
And it doesn't smell like chemicals.
No, it smells like, it literally smells like vapor rub.
Not even that.
Honestly, like less medicinal, but.
It smells like essential oil peppermint.
Or it smells like toothpaste.
My face?
Toothpaste.
Oh, I thought you said my face.
No,
toothpaste. It smells like your face. It's gonna smell like your face.
It kind of smells like Jason shampoo. And
Oh yeah, because he uses like rosemary and mint. Yeah.
Let's see what's in it.
Can you read it?
Yeah, it's this close to my face. Water, ceteral alcohol.
Okay, let's not, because it'll take forever.
Butter.
Butter?
Shea butter.
Oh, okay. Wait a minute.
Coconut oil.
Okay.
Organic, whatever. Jojoba seed oil. Avocado. Evening primrose oil. olive. It has olive fruit oil.
Okay.
Sesame seed oil.
A lot of oil.
That's probably right. So rosemary at the bottom.
Okay.
Spearmint fragrance.
Yeah, so it is basically Jason's shampoo, just the
color in it.
The color in it.
So anyway, back to, got sidetracked.
Here's me throwing some of this in Jason's shampoo. Okay, so the gloves are great, but they're coming off of my fingers because they're that big, which makes me feel tiny, which is not a thing.
Do you want to do another layer of the bottom?
I'm gonna go over what I got.
Mm-hmm. I think we'll be fine. I don't think we're gonna run out. I
don't think so either. I mean, it may not be like intense, but then she's got the conditioner that she'll continue to use in the shower.
Mm-hmm.
So anyway,
yeah.
So photography, painting. I like to do acrylics. I can usually follow any tutorial with a painting or pull up something and be able to recreate it. Hannah hates that.
I'm the same way. I think if their tutorials are like
easy enough. I was gonna say you like the step-by-step tutorial. I will just look at a picture and be like, okay, I can do this.
I can't do that. I hate it. I can like trace and then like pictures of celebrity. I can like trace the pictures and then like color it and make it look somewhat.
I did one clip one way and one clip the other. So if you can just I think I'm just gonna like throw your dry hair over your head and you got it. But yeah, we like to, I wish I could draw, like legit draw. I can trace, like Hannah was saying, we can both trace really well and, duplicate stuff, but I don't feel like I'm a true artist by any stretch of the imagination. But digital painting is something that we started doing recently using Procreate. Hannah started it. She was, when she got her iPad, actually, no, before that, she started on her phone, right?
I've had it on my phone before, yeah.
And, these gloves are so annoying. Oh my God, so much hair, girl. What the heck? Are you your mother's child or what? So yeah, she got me into Procreate on my iPad, and then she got an iPad and got you pay like $10 for the actual app. There's a free app, but the actual app is so much better.
It's not free, it's like $2.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah.
But the actual app's only $10, and you can do so much with it. It's so badass. I love it. We follow this one particular, I don't know where she's from.
I think
Netherlands or somewhere.
Yeah.
Sweden, somewhere over there.
Mm-hmm.
And she has the best tutorials. It's called You Can Draw This.
Art with Flow.
Art by Flow or with Flow. And she's so good. She's just really good. And so I'm just kind of getting underneath it. I'm just going to go back over the parts that I know I missed.
Okay.
This is a hot mess express right now. Once the hair fell, like, oh boy. So yeah. The digital paintings.
Whoa.
I just went for it. Straight to the face.
It's so cold.
Photography I already said.
Baking. You like to bake.
I like to bake. I like to cook, but baking is my jam. I just don't do it as often as I want to, just because we have a diabetic in this house. And me, carbs are the devil. I eat them, but I shouldn't. I'm not the diabetic, but it is what it is. Little baby hairs around your ear. Annoying. So cooking is something I love to do too, but along the same lines as digital design and stuff. I would design cookbooks all day if I had cookbooks to design. I did one for my mom, of family recipes and stuff. Ooh, I'm so tempted to just take the gloves off and just have pink hands.
Listen, you do what you gotta do, girl.
Because this is annoying. This is gonna be interesting, y'all. We're gonna see how bad this gets.
Also, it probably wouldn't hurt you to do a little more each time. You know?
Well, I'm trying to be conservative so I can get all the spots and then I can go back.
Okay.
And go crazy.
Anyway,
so
eyeing cookbooks all day.
Gaming is another thing that we like to do. I was never a gamer. Oh, this is gonna be fun. Like, oh boy,
It's gonna look like you murdered.
Oh, you just put that right into my hand. Like, it drove it right in. Wow.
Sorry.
Anyways, I was not a gamer until my previous marriage was falling apart. Then a friend of mine that I used to work with was like, you should play Star Wars, The Old Republic with us. And I was like, no, I'm not really into games. And he was like, no, really, you'll love it. It'll be a good escape, which, you know, I was basically separated, living under the same roof, which was super fun.
Whoa.
What? Did I get a big slob? What?
I just saw it. I'm like, ooh, that's pink.
It'll be interesting. We'll have to take pictures of the during, put it up on our Instagram and Facebook. So anyway, I played Star Wars: The Old Republic, which led me to the game Guild Wars 2, and that's actually how I met my husband. Because in that it's an RPG and an MMO, and so you know you're chilling with people, a lot of people, and bounced around some guilds in it, whatever. Anyway, finally found him, and that was good times. But since then, I don't play Guild Wars 2 anymore, but I've played the Pokemon games. Oops, sorry. I played the Pokemon games. I played just some Pokemon games. I'm really not into them. I just played them because my husband was like, you should play Pokemon with me. And it's just not something that I'm interested in. Now I gotta hit this dry part down here that was kind of like in the middle of all that.
Yeah. I'm not really a big game. Like, I do like The Sims, and I'm starting to play Minecraft. I have an Animal Crossing island.
We all know I'm obsessed with Animal Crossing.
Except, I don't know. I like beat it, and I'm like, well, what can you do? And I'm not like,
Girl.
What?
Are you talking about Animal Crossing?
Yeah.
Girl.
I don't know what to do. And it's like, I'm creative, right? But I don't have the, like, attention span or follow through.
Like, I think we've said this before, but she had me decorate her island, which I was totally down for because mine was totally done.
Right, and
but
like,
I come up with ideas all the time, like little projects and stuff to do.
Yeah, but I just can't like do that. I prefer like a quest-based.
I get it.
Kind of game.
Everybody.
I also love a good romance game.
She's crazy. She comes out. She's like, I totally dated everybody in the game. It's just
awesome.
really funny.
I gotta live vicariously. What can you do?
That's right. It's a pandemic. Can't really go out on dates.
I'm also started to get really into TikTok again.
Oh boy.
Unfortunately.
Yeah, she comes out. She's like, Mom, I don't really have any hobbies. I'm like, girl, what do you spend your time doing? Those are your hobbies. May not be traditional hobbies for everyone else, but
TikTok. Man.
This is like this now is like toothpaste. The way that it's going on, it's not like that here. But once you like attach it to your head, it's like thick and this is crazy. Should I just keep going? You should use this whole thing?
Do you want to use the whole thing?
I mean, you paid for it. You're not going to use.
I mean, we're almost to the bottom.
Yeah.
It's only $30. If I want to get this hair color again, I can get it again.
I'm sorry. This is crazy. Crazy.
I don't know. I don't have like a lot of hobbies.
Yeah. We like to do puzzles.
I love a good puzzle.
We used to. When I used to get depressed, that's what I would do is get a 1,000-piece puzzle and just go to town on it. And usually it was supposed to be like a group project or a family project, and I would just take it over.
I like building Legos. I have.
Oh yeah.
I don't like. We haven't really built any in a long time, but it's just like when you first start it and you just go.
Yeah. Just so you can keep it going.
Mm-hmm.
That's the main thing.
Like I have a Statue of Liberty that I missed a step somewhere, and I have to break it down.
And we've been saying that for like 2 years now.
Well, since the Christmas before last, yeah.
Yeah.
For my birthday.
Oh.
I got it for a holiday. And I like doing that. I have this like app on my iPad that's like it's like Sudoku, but like they have rows and columns, and you have to fill in that many spaces on each column. And it makes. Do you want to use it all?
No, I think put a lid on it because I think your hair's pretty saturated.
Okay.
I'm gonna need her help in turning on the water, so let's pause for a moment, and we'll be right back. And we're back. as the sink gurgles. So yeah, my hands are stained. That's fun. Looks like I had a run-in with a lobster or something.
Yeah, so the actual package says 10 to 15 minutes, but I was looking at how long do you leave it in for, like what's the difference? And I read on Reddit, of all places, that the longer you put it in, the more vibrant it is. And the darker your hair is, the more you should leave it in.
All right.
So
we're going for the full
45 minutes.
Okay. Because it's not like heavy chemicals, I don't think it's that big
It
deal.
doesn't burn.
Yeah. So
I read somewhere that you shouldn't do that with box dyes though, because color lines.
Yeah. And it's like ammonia based usually, I think. Anyway, so back to hobbies. Here's some of the ones that I used to do. I used to do wreath making. I make paper roses out of scrapbook paper, and I still do that sometimes. You know,
I used to make paper roses all over my like elementary school classroom, and people were like, "How do you do that?" I'm like, "Well,
my mom taught me." Basically, make a spiral cut in a piece of paper, and then you roll from the outside in, and then you kind of let it kind of unfurl just a little bit, and then glue the bottom to the bottom of the flower. So awesome. But I used to make wreaths out the wazoo for that with those. Then I discovered recently a company called Sola Wood Flowers, non-sponsored. But they make flowers out of wood chips and wood, like strips of wood. They're badass. So I've made a couple of arrangements and stuff with those. I would love to get into floral design. Like that's something that I used to want to be, a florist.
Oh, I want to take a floral design class so bad.
Yeah.
My college, I go to community college, and they have, they offer like a flower design class. I don't think they're doing it right now.
No.
But it's basically like Hawaiian flowers, and you learn how to make arrangements.
It's expensive though for what? I mean, I guess they give you the flowers.
You have to buy the flowers, and I assume you have to buy like the vases and
the materials and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So
it's like $100.
I still like to buy like pre-made wreaths and then attach other flowers to them. Like the one that's on the front door right now is a like fake greenery wreath that I added bright spring flowers to, and some like fake lavender sprigs and stuff. So anyway, it's just something I enjoy, but I don't do it frequently enough to call it a current hobby.
Do you know what my favorite hobby of yours is? Is when you would like do those like cutouts. Oh
shit, that's next on my list. It's a German word, and I don't know if I say it properly, but it's called Scherenschnitte. And it's basically paper cutting, where if you were a little kid and you ever made a snowflake out of folded paper,
or a heart, like you,
or cut it or fold a piece of paper in half and cut a half heart, and then you unfold it and it's a heart, then you've basically done the basic part of Scherenschnitte. But that you get these grand patterns, like they're really intricate. Some of them are what's it called? Symmetrical, where you have to fold the paper in half, do half the cutting, and then you unfold it like a snowflake. But others, it's just a flat pattern, and you just start cutting with an X-Acto knife or teeny tiny scissors. I always use an X-Acto knife and a self-healing pad. And
I want to do that so bad.
It's really detail oriented, but it was like really therapeutic. I mean, really, honestly, therapeutic.
I think
probably because I had a sharp object in my hand and I knew that I had to have control.
I think the like activities or hobbies that require super intense focus I can do.
Yeah.
But I think the ones where you have to like multitask and you have to like get this done so you can get that done.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It's very much like too much for my brain.
Yeah.
But if it's like little details, I'm like, okay, I just have to cut this. Okay, moving on, I have to cut this.
I actually even had a website and a little mini business a couple of years ago with it. I called it Exacto Mundo. It was fun. And it's still fun. I still have patterns out the wazoo. I still have the paper to do it. Again, I could do it, pick it up at any time and do it. It's just a matter of staying with it. After a while, it's like, why? Why do this anymore? But I would make gifts for people. It was a big hit with my husband's grandmother at her 88th birthday, 89th birthday, something like that. So yeah, I love that one.
I don't remember what they're called, but you know the ones where you have to like, you buy like rubber band like strings, and then you fold it and you make like a keychain.
Oh yeah. I just found one of those on the craft table from me making it in the early pandemic days. I can't remember either. You make like little box ties.
You make box ties, and it's...
I can't remember what it's called
I can't remember what it's called either. But it's so much fun. When it came out a couple of years ago, and it was all the rage in my like middle school, and I recently got recommended a video on YouTube out of the blue, and I'm like, So I bought like a huge pack of strings.
Where are those?
In the craft table, I think.
Oh, that's right. We put them in the craft table drawer.
And I'm doing much more intricate patterns than I did when I got them when I was like 10.
Yeah. That's just really cool. I also used to do acid etching on glass. I made those Christmas ornaments with the HIJK on glass stars. I did some like little votive candles and stuff for gifts. I wanted to do like mirrors and like the windows that you buy, like old windows that people get rid of from old houses and you like upcycle them. I wanted to do that. Again, I let it go. I think I even have a small bottle of the acid etched stuff. And again, I can pick it back up at any time. This is why my craft hobby like closet is so riddled with random objects, because I could pick it back up at any time. Diamond paintings are another thing that got me through the first part of the pandemic.
I think I could do that.
Yeah, that's intense focus, but I did it really organized so you could totally be OCD with it, where I did one color at a time. But basically, if you don't know, you get it's like almost like a cross stitch pattern or whatever, so it's like a grid, and usually the picture's on the back side of that grid so you can see it, and then it's like sticky. You peel off paper and it's sticky, and then you have bags and bags and bags of color coordinated
like rhinestones,
like little rhinestone
like fake rhinestones.
It's got a flat bottom but a color top and shiny, and then cut like etched like a diamond would be, so it's got like geometric sides and stuff, not just a circle. Anyway, so you just go across the grid and it's got a color, it's color coded, and it's got a little symbol, and you got to go by the menu or the, what am I trying to say? My brain is not functioning. The key. And I think your hair dye is soaking into my skin and I'm getting slowly poisoned. I'm just kidding.
I think I could do. I think
it's fun. I did a slew of them, probably a dozen of them.
Because I think with those intense focus things, you super focus, and then you start to like mess up a little bit, and you're like, okay, I need to step away before I really mess up.
Yeah, or you like get a hunch in your shoulders,
and you're like, okay, I need to stand up.
But I could sit there for hours.
I think those are the best kind of like activities for me, where it's like intense focus, and if you start to mess up, you're like, okay, I need to take a break and just walk away.
And that's when you can get up and walk away from, because you'll be able to pick it back up, especially if you do it like I do, colors at a time. Other people would people have like pens. Yeah, I have the little pens. So it's like a little tool that you put putty on the end of, and then you like pick up the one and then place it, pick up the one and place it.
And then some people, they have like bigger versions where it's just like a block. And so they do putty on it and they pick up a block of one color, and the places where it's like 6x6 of the same color, they just go.
Dude, That sounds crazy. I want to get more. I was actually looking just the other day at more of them, and I was like, do I really need to? Because I've got a pile of them that I've done zero with. Like, I want to frame them and whatever, and I just haven't done it. I've framed one. There's a Pikachu in my bedroom.
What'd you do with, like, the mini Mickey Mouse?
It's in the pile in the craft room / laundry room. Fun fact, we were going to record in the laundry room, but it was so cold in there. And the dogs, because it's right near the living room, every time the dogs barked, it was like echoing through the thing. So that's why we moved it to the bathroom. High tech up in here. And I also used to remember when I used to make the little magnets for the refrigerator? Mm-hmm. So you get the floral beads.
That was a real Mimi moment.
Yeah. But I started that. The ones that Mimi has, I made for her.
Ooh.
Yeah. So I used to... Back when I was a little girl, I used to make collages and like little, people these days would call them like mood boards or whatever. But, shout out Stephanie, you just sent me a message I can't read because we're recording. I lost my train of thought. Oh, collages and stuff. My grandma would sit me down with catalogs and magazines.
I want to do that. Can we do that?
That would be
fun.
Can
we make like a collage project?
That would be fun. I mean, I like to do the sticker collages.
Yeah, but
mood board,
like magazines, and then we just.
I did it up until I was in high school. Whatever my collection of the moment was. Like I did my room in angels one time, like cutesy angels. So I just started cutting angels out of everything. What?
I think it's still in like the guest room of your mom's house. I think it's still in there.
No, I mean, she's got angels. Those are her own collection. I mean, but I used to cut out stuff in magazines and then laminate them and put them all up on my walls and whatever.
Dude, I wish I did that. You know the stereotypical teenager in teen movies where the wall's just covered in stuff?
Yeah.
I want that to be
What we need to do is get you some poster putty and let you go crazy, so we're not pounding holes in walls and whatever.
My biggest problem with doing that is I need to come up with posters and stuff that and
mean something to you, yeah.
And
yeah, I get it.
I
used to cut out all this crap from my grandma's magazines and stuff, and I would I was planning my future. This is my husband, and these are my kids, and this is what my furniture is gonna look like, and it was just something that I did as a little girl. So I kind of took that and went with a different direction with it when I was making these little magnets. So you can buy floral beads. I don't know if they have them overseas, but they're the little glass beads that you throw in a vase with flowers.
Oh, like the rocks.
Yeah. But they come in different colors, or you can get clear ones. And the clear ones act as a magnifier if you put them on top of an image. So I used to get these little inch-size circular magnets and clear epoxy, and these floral beads, and then I would cut out little inch circle images for magazines, anything that a logo or a cute little picture or a symbol or whatever.
All of them are broken now.
And it became a quest for me. I'd go buy 6 magazines and just go through them and find all the cute little things, because magazines have crazy crap in them all the time, little logos and stuff. So I used to cut out little inch circles of stuff and make little magnets. I made themes, I made sets for people, whatever.
I think all of the ones we had are.
Well, if you drop them more than 15 times, which happens frequently, they're going to pop off and, whatever. But it's fun to do. I kind of want to get back into that too. I used to do decoupage, Mod Podge. So you same thing, layer and stuff on an object and then Mod Podge.
You know what I really miss is when we lived in Maryland for a little bit, and that art class was probably the best art class I've ever had, because we made these paper mache crabs, because crabs are really important for Maryland. And then we had this project where you did a scene, and you had to include Maryland state symbols. And I did a breakfast scene. I did some of my best artwork in Maryland.
That's funny.
Because the Heritage Project, and the crab and that little like mug thing.
And the little turkey.
The turkey balloon.
This is that's one of my favorite things. She still has the God bless. No, not God bless.
Turkey.
God Save the Queen.
Oh. Yeah.
Heritage Project thing. And then the turkey around Thanksgiving time here in the States, a lot of the elementary school classes the teacher would give a picture of Tom Turkey, a little cartoon turkey, and your goal was to disguise him to save his life.
I think that was specifically where we were in Maryland. They have other Thanksgiving activities, but
I've seen that in Texas, yeah. And every time I saw my friends posting pictures of their kids doing it, I was like, oh my god, but that one's not as good as Hannah's was. And it's still, to this day, it's still on your wall, isn't it?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Wait, anyway, we disguised him as Carl from Up, and we made his, like, tail.
His tail was the balloons.
The balloons, and we made, like, a walker for him.
Mm-hmm. With the little tennis balls in the bottom. And made his beak. We disguised just drawing, Wes made it into a big schnoz and the glasses. We'll have to take a picture and put it on the socials.
Honestly, I think that was another project we did at 9 p.m. because we forgot about it. And we're like, okay, let's just do this.
We're really good at it. But Hannah was lucky because she had a crafty mom, and I was often like, move. Move, I'll do it.
And then I was like, Mom, it's my part. And you're like, no, I will do this. You can color the balloons.
And then when she'd get a good grade, I'd be like, we made an A. So, yeah. Sewing. I used to sew. I can only sew straight lines, but just barely. I used to try. I tried to make Hannah's first birthday dress. It was her theme was Wizard of Oz. And I was trying to make her a Dorothy dress. I found the pattern I liked. I got the material. I cut out the pieces. I was very determined, and it did not work out. It was horrific. So her mama, your great grandma on your dad's side, made it for you.
I loved her.
Yeah.
I guess I still love her.
Yeah. Rip. But she saved the day because I was so determined for you to have one and whatever. But then I used to make burp cloths. I did that for a while as a little side hustle.
That's easy.
But I used to get the cloth diapers, just a plain package of cloth diapers, and I would sew ribbon with using my sewing machine's decorative sewing pattern or whatever. I would just sew ribbon in a strip across it. A little more challenging at times than you would think. I broke a needle or two, but I used to sew
One time when I was spending the summer with my dad's parents, my paternal grandparents, I guess, she put me in a summer week, a spring break. It wasn't summer, it was spring break because my birthday was in the middle of it. And one day we sewed oven mitts. Mm-hmm. And I was like, I did a pretty damn good job.
Sewing's just not my thing.
I think I could do it.
I sold my sewing machine after a while because I was like, I'm not going to get the worth out of it. I'm just not.
What are some hobbies that you wish you could do? You see people doing it and you're like, oh, I wish I could do that. For me, it's quilting. I wish I could make
quilting
quilts.
Would be great. I mean, if I had the patience for it. We have family members that quilt and do a bang up job of it, but I cannot sit down and quilt. I just don't think I could do it.
I want to learn how to knit or crochet.
Okay, crocheting I've tried before, and it's just not my thing. I can crochet a chain for days, but when it comes time to turn and make it into something, forget it. I was gonna make a blanket. I was like, how hard is that? Rows and rows and rows and rows, right? But you're supposed to count. So, I was supposed to count 150 stitches or something, and so I counted 150, and then I painstakingly made the turn to go back, and I thought I was doing fine, and so I just kept going, but then I lost count, and I was like, well, I'm just going to go the length of the rows. Well, after a while, it's all about the tension of the yarn and all these things, and it got a little tighter than it should be, and so my blanket, which was supposed to, you've seen a crochet blanket, it's supposed to be loose and, whatever, was coarsely woven together, and it was like a parallelogram.
I just wish I could do it.
I laid it on the floor and was laughing my ass off about it. I sent a picture to my dad, and he was like, nice rug, Junior. I'm like,
hey, you made a rug.
I made a rug.
You made a dog blanket.
I made a parallelogram rug. It was really funny. I would love to be able to do it, but I just don't have the patience just to sit and do that. Resin work, though. I would love to get into resin work.
Yes.
Where you pour, I want to make tables, the tabletops, you've seen that they're like, a piece of raw wood that has funky designs or whatever, and you pour the resin all in it, and it just like
I want to
solidifies.
make that. I want to be good at like, I think I would do, if I could do it, I think I would have so much fun with making like dioramas.
Yeah, resin bracelets, resin like jewelry pieces. I think I would love to do it. It's kind of expensive to get into though, so it's something I haven't.
And resin, you have to be careful.
Yeah, I haven't put the bullet and gone with it yet. Maybe someday if I have like a craft building. Not just
also pottery.
Pottery's on my list. That's actually my next.
I think I made like I was talking about like my mug, weird face mug I made that I think my dad still has, hopefully. And we made pottery. And we made it and we put it in a kiln. We came back and we painted it.
Did you like form it yourself?
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah, I've never even done that. Glass blowing, I wouldn't do it, but
it's so fun to watch. We were in Branson, Missouri with my grandparents, and we went and we watched this guy like do a glass blowing thing.
Yeah.
It was.
I watched it in Colonial Williamsburg when I went as a teenager. It was badass. Anyway, gardening. I would love to be into gardening. Whoops. That towel, it was already torn. That's why we're using it as your dye towel.
My dye towel.
I don't have a black thumb necessarily, but it's definitely not green.
It's like a forest.
I want my yard to take care of itself, but let me like grow things on occasion. I've grown flowers on occasion, but not nothing substantial. But gardening is something. Calligraphy, like legit calligraphy with the ink and the quill and whatever. I would love to get into that.
I honestly think you could do it if you practiced enough and you had, like, I think we're both kind of like type A a little bit. I'm not like a stereotypical type A where I'm like everything needs to go fast, like a combo, like an A-B. Where and I think we're both former gifted kids, so we have that kind of burnout thing going on.
Yeah.
And if we don't, especially with me, if we don't get something good on the first like 2 tries, I'm like, okay, well, I'm crap, I'm awful, I can't do this.
Yeah, I'm very bad about that myself. And then I usually have Jason coming back saying, no, that's good, you guys should keep trying. And then I get a little like more motivated to try.
Or when I come out, I'm like, I don't know if this looks good. And you're like, Hannah, that's actually really, really good. And I'm like, okay.
I'll keep going. I love watching calligraphy videos. Especially Procreate ones, even they're really awesome. I would love to be able to do that, but I haven't jumped into it yet. Also, candle making.
I think we could do that.
Yeah, I don't know.
I mean, how hard? You just pour wax into the shape you want it.
Yeah, but the ones that are like tubes, you have to like tie the wick around a thing and hold it steady and hope that it doesn't shift.
I think we could do it.
I think it could be done. I just haven't ever done it. And I want to learn a new language. It's not necessarily a hobby, but I would love to learn some more languages.
I have a little Spanish.
Yeah, so do I. A little Spanish, a little German.
Let's see, the last time I took a Spanish class was my freshman year.
She gets really excited though when she says, here's a phrase, and she's like,
oh, that means it's time to eat. Or
yeah, the cheese is old and moldy. Yeah. I only think I know that one's a joke in my former friend group, and the cheese is old and moldy. El queso es viejo y mojoso. She's old and moldy.
Also, speaking of Spanish, little tidbit about school. So I took Spanish 1 as an 8th grader because it was an option in my middle school, and so you'd only have to take a year of Spanish in high school if you sacrificed your like year to take like I don't know what educational elective.
Yeah, you took it early.
I took it early. I struggled a little bit. It was just I was not expecting the course load to be like that. It was fine. I did it. My teacher liked me, I think. She was one of those teachers where you're like, oh, they're kind of
She was difficult to work with on a parental level because you weren't turning in work, and then I would see that your grade was like horrific, and I'd be like reaching out, I'd email her, reach out to her, and she wouldn't email me back for 2 weeks, and then your grade would be even worse, and I was so frustrated. I was frustrated with you. I was frustrated with her.
Mm-hmm.
I'm an overachiever when it comes to academics. I always went above and beyond. I used to get made fun of by my parents for coming home with 104 grades. How do you make over 100? And then, or if I made consistently 104, 106, 108, whatever, and I came home with a 99, well, what the hell happened? You know, it was always a joke, but an overachiever. So I expect, my kids are super smart. Both of them are so smart, but they don't have that overachieving gene. Mm-hmm. They have the, let's just skate by and do the bare minimum. Sometimes you go over the top, but usually
if it's classes I care about and like
teachers,
the teacher.
Yeah, I was gonna say if you're motivated by the teacher and whatever, but yeah.
I like the teacher I do extremely
Ian does not have that gene at all right now. That bone is broken.
Well, he's like what? What grade in?
8th.
Should be getting better.
I hope he gets better because holy crap.
High school teachers are a little bit easier to like than middle school teachers. And I mean that in the kindest way possible to all my middle school teachers out there.
Yeah. I mean, you have to, flipping it on, to their perspective, seeing what they have to deal with and, living with a middle schooler and knowing that they're dealing with not only one middle schooler, but probably 100 or more middle schoolers. God freaking damn it. Like, I'm going to shoot myself in the face.
But, I mean, you have the good teachers and you have bad teachers.
That's true.
Like, I haven't been in high school for almost 3 years total. No, public high school.
Oh,
public high school.
Okay, I was about to say you only graduated last year.
It's been a life of time. It's been 3 years since my sophomore year. I still remember my sophomore year English teacher and how much I hated her.
Yeah.
She was the first teacher.
Sophomore year's hard though.
Well, yeah, it was hard regardless, but those teachers who are like, you're getting her, good luck, yeah. Or God, I hate her. Usually when that happens, I'm like, I actually like this teacher.
Yeah, me too.
The teacher likes me. We have like a good like buddy system where I'm like, here's my work, and they're like, thank you for not hating me. Yeah. But this teacher,
she deserved it.
She deserved it.
Yeah, it happens. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I have a slew of other things I could probably talk about. Hobbies I want to try. I just can't think of them at the moment, and I've exhausted my list. Did you said you had a personality quiz or something to give me?
Oh, right. Okay. So I found this on Twitter where it's basically like you take a quiz and it's like the color of your personality.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And my personality is green, so I'm going to read that real quick.
Okay.
And then you can take it. So your personality is green, attributes, peaceful, serene, and accommodating. Which is accurate, I think.
Yeah, I think so.
But then it says, as a green, you are known for your chill vibes and your body is rarely consumed with anxiety.
Rarely or?
Rarely.
Oh.
Which is not accurate at
all.
all.
Exactly opposite.
Chores, work, and even exercise is easier when you're well rested and relaxed. I mean, yeah, that's accurate. Your life is centered around achieving maximum comfort. Yeah. Sure. Whether it's investing in luxuries like massage chair and water beds or meditating and productively removing stress from your body. So that's kind of accurate, except anxiety.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're going to take this. You're
Okay.
going to take this quiz. Where does it take the quiz option? Okay. Start the quiz. Okay, what's your take on self-driving cars? A lift without a driver? Perfect. No more bad drivers on the road? Yes, please. Is it still a car if no one is driving it? So I can nap on the way to work now? Sold. Thanks, but I'll drive. Great, I'd rather focus on my friends than the road.
Thanks, but I'll drive.
Me too, because my first instinct right now...
Self-driving cars still crash.
And I'm like, self-driving cars are terrifying. Yeah. There needs to be like a level of empathy from a driver, Yeah. As someone who is learning to drive.
Yeah.
Your college roommate is in town for a visit. What's the plan? Bike tour. 3 museums in one day? Yes, it's doable. The Japanese gardens at the park are beautiful this time of year, unless what they would like to do. I've got season tickets for the hometown team and they're playing tonight. I'll introduce them to my favorite underground club.
Awesome, what they want to do.
Mine was 3 museums in one day. It's doable.
Oh yeah, I would totally do that, but my jam is to ask my friends what they want to do.
Your favorite aunt calls out of the blue and wants to treat you to lunch. I almost said aunt. Like, what kind of bullshit. There's that.
Bougie.
You get to pick the place. Where do you choose? I already know your answer, but I'm going to read them. Okay.
Sushi?
A sushi restaurant specializing in fish from the Black Sea. Do you even
Ooh.
need to read the other choices?
Nope, I sure don't.
Okay. What's your favorite kind of reading material to curl up with? It's all about the local zines.
Scenes.
Russian lit. My favorite volume of poetry. Self-help, I Can Always Be Better. The New York Times, Real News. Or Nothing Like a Well-Written Mystery.
Mystery.
My first instinct was poetry, because that's like romance, right? And that's my favorite kind of book, but I'm like, nah, I prefer mystery poetry. What kind of place would you most like to live in? Anything that's walking distance from art galleries and music venues. Close enough to the ocean to feel the breeze and hear the waves. A small town where everyone knows everyone. A reasonably priced home that's close to work. In a cabin with no neighbors for miles. A loft in an area that still hasn't been gentrified. Can I guess your answer?
Sure.
I think ocean.
Yep.
That's what I chose too.
Yep.
You're ordering a drink at the bar. What do you get? A refreshing Mai Tai, shots for everyone, the house Cabernet, bottomless mimosas, vodka, ice cold, absinthe.
Oh boy.
I want to guess.
Okay.
Mai Tai. Of these options.
Yes, Mai Tai has those options.
Yes.
I almost said mimosas.
If it wasn't, it'd be as like a strawberry daiquiri or something.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
The
The fruitier the better.
Oh, I know my mother. What's your dream car? Does it matter as long as it gets me from point A to point B? I'm happy as long as it has a great sound system, an electronic vehicle to reduce my carbon footprint, a rugged all-wheel drive SUV, something with enough room for my friends, a classic rebuilt motorcycle from the former Soviet Union.
Holy moly. I'd say something with enough room for all my friends.
Mine was an electronic vehicle to reduce my carbon footprint.
I mean, I'm inclined to agree, except given my commute, I just don't know if it would work.
Yeah.
Anyway.
What job would you be terrible at? Tax preparer, accountant, police officer, mortician, street artist, preschool assistant, plumber. My guess is accountant.
Plumber.
Really?
Yeah, because we talked last week that I would be a good accountant. I just wouldn't necessarily like it.
Oh, right.
But plumber, I don't want to see anybody
I know,
else.
and my first instinct when I read the question was like, oh, lawyer, 100%,
Yeah.
but it wasn't an option.
Yeah.
What's your pet peeve? Conventional ideas, people, indecision, loud noises, negative energy, closed-mindedness. I'm going to go ahead and say closed-mindedness.
That's correct.
Yes! I'm good. Okay, which mythical creatures do you wish actually existed?
Unicorns?
No.
Oh, darn.
Sasquatch, Nessie, Medusa and Minotaurs, leprechauns, gnomes and fairies, griffins and dragons, mermaids and sirens, Santa Claus. I think mermaids.
Yep.
I did mermaids too! You wake up in the morning and the first thing you realize is that you left your phone in an Uber last night. What would you do first? Curse uncontrollably. Use Uber help just like the last time you left something in an Uber. Grab your burner phone and call your assistant friend mom to find it for you. Go back to bed. Use your Find Phone app on your laptop to locate your phone. Order an Uber on the off chance the same driver will pick you up.
I'd probably grab my burner phone.
Do you? I mean, you have a work phone.
I have a work phone, so.
I said, do you, what did I say? Find my phone, I think is what I did.
That's pretty smart too.
How many people can be left at your party and it still be a party? 10, 4 to 9, 3, 1 to 2. Doesn't matter, you'll be in bed because you have an early meeting. Doesn't matter, you'll be at the after party anyway. I'm going to do 3 for you.
I'd say 1 to 2.
Honestly, yeah. I think if one person is left, it's just a hangout.
Yeah.
But if 2 people are left, so I did 3.
Hmm.
Is it acceptable to break up via text?
No.
Okay, of course. Okay. The options are, of course, the fact that anyone would even ask this question is evidence there's no objective moral reality left in this world.
That's pretty accurate.
Not if you're married.
Oh, Jesus.
Only if your mom thinks the person is a creep. Only if you have broken up with this person more than 2 times previously. As long as you have someone else you're interested in.
I'm going to say the fact that anyone...
Yeah, I said that too.
Yeah.
I was like, it was either that or if you've broken up with this person twice already.
It's funny.
Okay, you can read the rest of mine.
Okay,
Voice is getting tired.
If you're really, really drunk, where are you most likely to find yourself? Outside a library arguing about Foucault, in a biker bar, in an Uber driving from party to party, unable to get more enthused enough to interrupt your conversation with the driver, at an open mic poetry slam trying out a story about your coworkers, sitting at home with your Fitbit on to make sure your heart is still beating, or at a club drinking and talking to anyone near you.
Can I guess?
What?
The club talking to anyone near you.
Yeah, I'd say so. How many of your Facebook friends post scientific studies proving that the dark government is adding a chemical to the water supply to alter hormone levels? Oh boy.
And negative.
A negative number, 0, 1 to 10, 11 to 100. I'm going to say 1 to 10 because I got some crazy
I did
on there.
negative because anytime someone does that, I boot them out.
The afternoon just opened up. What now? Take a nap and then chill. Find a meeting, any meetup with more than 50 people registered. Start writing that proposal for a new project you want to pitch to your boss. Catch up with as many friends as possible. Work on perfecting your Hearthstone deck or see what happens.
I see what happens for you.
I'd say take a nap and then chill.
Oh, that was mine too.
Yeah. That's on brunch. I have a standing reservation at my fave eatery where all the servers know my order. I prefer a 4A breakfast so I can sleep through brunch. Anywhere quiet, leisurely, and vegan friendly. It's always a quest. I'll travel far and wide to get what's new and happening. Wherever my friends will be, at my place, ugly eggs are my specialty. At my place, ugly eggs are my specialty. Your ideal vacation includes the most difficult climb you've ever done, a bungee jump, and maybe a base jump. Hell fucking no. So much relaxation you forgot what day it is. Probably. The chance to visit all your East Coast or wherever you are from friends. Use your points at a resort that has had super high ratings for as long as you have been researching it. A hike to stay at 7 different cabins in rural Slovakia, or spend the whole time revisiting the museums and libraries of your favorite European city. Oh, it's a tie for me between so much relaxation you forget which day it is and spend the whole time revisiting European city. I'm going to go with European city.
European city.
European. Finally, your genius is being recognized at work. Finally. In addition to the raise in pay and responsibility, you get to design your own workspace. Which is it? Oh, this is a dream. You stay with your team, just get a very sleek treadmill desk. You go for a corner office with blackout shades. You get an office between the two VPs you could conceivably replace. You get a massage chair for your office. You convince them to use the money to make an employee lounge or dedicated fiber subscriptions to Bloomberg, LexisNexis, Medline, and up to 99 magazines and journals.
I'm going to guess. Ready? Blackout shades.
No.
Oh.
I probably would convince them to use the money to make an employee lounge because...
Ass kiss.
Not because of that, but because everybody might be pissed at me and I don't want everybody hating me. Okay, last question. You're driving to work, running a bit late. When you come upon a long line of traffic waiting to turn on the street you need to take, do you wait in line and start making calls, wait in line and turn up the music, drive toward the end of the line and start waving and smiling at the other drivers until someone lets you in, drive to the end of the line and force your way in, wait in line and practice mindfulness, or drive to the end of the line excuse me, and hope you see an opening. If not, you'll let Waze or Google Maps figure out a new way to work. My tendency is to say wait in line and turn up the music, but in reality, I'd probably do the last one. Why didn't it let me answer that one?
Let me see.
It just bounced to a bonus question. Dead air on the podcast. That's weird.
Just do listen to music then.
I don't know. We'll see. Okay. My results. My color is orange. Ugh. Attributes are optimistic, friendly, and perceptive.
Yeah.
Optimism and friendliness characterize people like you whose personality color is orange. You're friendly and nurturing, but may need to take care that your good nature doesn't lead others to unload all their frustrations on you without any reciprocation. I like it. It's right on.
Yep.
Right on. How much time do you have?
6 minutes.
You want to go ahead and rinse it? Or do you think we should wait?
We could rinse it.
Okay. So we're going to take another break. And
Or we could just finish it.
Yeah, I guess we could do that.
We talk through all we want to talk about.
Sure. And it's true. And we're...
50 minutes.
Less than an hour. So sorry this is so short, guys. I know you're so used to hours and hours of nothing but Hannah and Cassie. But We seriously are going to try not to ramble for hours on end. We do appreciate all of your comments and the interactions we receive on our social media. We hope that continues. Be sure to subscribe to us everywhere you can.
Like and follow us on YouTube and Facebook.
Yeah.
Leave comments wherever you can if you have questions.
And if you have a chance, listen on Anchor FM and get us that penny.
Yeah.
So
We're almost to $1.
we're almost to $1. This is like big time now. Big time stuff.
Also, don't feel free to reach out to us. We're friendly. Talk to us. Well, we won't bite.
Hard.
Unless you like insult us, and then we may like explode because
Yeah.
we're Texan.
Be
so
nice. Be nice.
We don't handle disrespect.
So thanks for listening. Happy weekend to you all.
Secret word is
Condom gloves.
condom gloves.
Yeah.
Bye everyone.
Bye.